Football, for the love of the game.
Hello, welcome to Match Day. Match Day. Today was going to be what day now. So, looking at this place coming to 8 morning to all of you. I will not forget this time around. You guys asked me to just talk. I should try and remove the background noise. So, I'm going to do that. Guys, good morning. It's actually what early hours. So thank you for actually for joining. It's not live because but there's gonna be live stream probably later today. But this is like day 17 now of the AFCON of Nations actually taking place in Morocco. So there's no match. There's gonna be no match. There's gonna be match on Friday, the fourth quarterfinal game, and also on Saturday. So today is rest day. And also yesterday, actually, was rest day. So let me just give you about news from the camp of the players. So I'm going to start on the home front. So you guys know before that Nigeria will face Algeria in Marrakesh, a quarter-final clash. The Desert Foxes of Algeria against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So this is not the first time they're going to be facing each other. I'm going to come out with the match preview, maybe probably later today, and also do like a live stream just to take it up. So this is only for they're going to be meeting, so they're not strangers to each other. They met in the qualifiers for 2018 World Cup. They met during 2019 AFCON. So it's not the first time even in a friendly game in Austria, then the friendly game in Algiers that Algeria won 2-1, if you remember, and we drew against their local team. So they're not strangers to each other. I'm going to talk about the preview later, but there's a bit of news coming from the Super Eagles camp. Is that there's been issues of bonus not being paid for 4 games now. If you remember, the team won 4 games, against Tanzania, Tunisia, Uganda, and Mozambique. So, but the NFL did not pay. For me, I just think that is really uncalled for. This issue, it happened 7 weeks ago, just before the game against Congo and Gabon. So why is it like this? I just think that the NFL should have looked for a way to avoid this from happening. So even if there's the sense that there could be delay, they have to communicate with these players. And I only say something that sometimes we look for a way to get out of situations. Maybe these boys will not ask, they'll just go and play the AFCON, then they will run away. I just think that we should look for a better way to do things. So I did an Instagram live yesterday, and I said that I'm not pleased with the way the whole thing is managed, because I just think that there should be somebody on top that is really interested in football and make sure that, okay, if I'm giving you money, I want to know how you are spending it. I don't think FIFA will come and say government is interfering. Guys, we gave you money to clear these players. How are you spending the money? So what is wrong? We want to know. That was what happened in the early 90s. That was why you see that, government fully interfered in football there. And we did well. So these guys, NFF, they need somebody to monitor them. It can't just be this all the time. So I hope that they said the CBN is working on it. We hope that the news will not affect the players, because you need to train to be the best. You need to train to win this game. And if you have this type of distraction, we had one with Victor Osimhen and Lukman and Budu Yemechi. Now this one again, like this was the worst ever preparation to a quarterfinal game. And if care is not taken, the last time this actually happened, I know that we beat Gabon 4-1, but when this thing happened during AFCON, that was AFCON 2020, is it 2002 in Mali? There was this issue that the NFF intervened. There was this camp issue just before the game against Senegal, and we lost that game. So after we lost that game, there was this blame and counter blame, and they sacked the coach, and they disbanded the team. And from that time, that was the end of the 94 set, and Nigeria did not recover. I don't think we recovered because we failed to. Though we went to a few AFCONs, we we won bronze, but that was the end of the Ulysses, the the judge of this world in the national team. So I just hope that it can be managed very well. The NFF is not competent, and I can tell you about that. But they're not competent from day one. I don't think there's been any NFF president have been competent since I actually would know them. But the reason why we could achieve results in administration slightly is just because government are interested. But the last two governments in Nigeria, I don't think they really cared about sport at all. You know, you can see from the body language. So, and we hope that that news will not disrupt the team. And also Algeria too. I don't know, maybe you saw the video of Amura. He went to, she was trying to mock the Congolese Patrice Lumumba's, statue. He was trying to mock it, after the game against the RC. But the guy cried when Amura actually did that. But and the Algerian national team, I think they invited him to their camp and they gave him the jersey that, oh, we love you. They reached a statement. That's a good way to ease tension. So that's good. That's good. But for me, I just think that all these guys, they need to be educated slightly, about the African culture, because, Lumumba is a big person. He represents so many things in DR Congo. I don't think that gesture, is not really actually what, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's not good at all. So, and I'm also, there's also been news that the Algerians they are, what's it called? They are doing this R word, R chant, after the game against DR Congo. I don't want to mention this R chant, that bring these people from this part of Africa. They're not the same skin color and things like that, just trying to do the R chant and everything. I think it's bad too. This reminds me of Argentina in this reminds me of Argentina in actually what in 1996, doing that same chance too against Nigeria, but it's not just for the spirit of the game. It's not good for the spirit of the game. So it's not good for the spirit of the game. So let me just move on quickly to also news coming from different camp is that Cameroon, they have paid their players just to motivate them enough for this big game coming, because I won't lie to you, this is probably one of the biggest game in Cameroon football history. And there is a similarity, the last time that Morocco hosted the AFCON, there is a similarity with what happened there and actually what is actually what's happening now. In what happened there, Nigeria played against Algeria. In that part of tournament too, Nigeria won that game. That was when this thing came out there. There's something called 10-10. That was when Brighton Mokaro took out the Algerian. It was Ibelumi then. So then the team was now, I think we got the red card. So it was now 10-10. It was now, they call it a 10-10. That was when this 10-10 came about. So the game ended was it 10, 11, 11? Was it 11-10 or 10-9? Penalty shootout. That was in 1988. So, and the funny thing is that in the other game too, Cameroon also played against Morocco. So Cameroon also took out Morocco. So it's like two fixtures, the same tournament, the same country. It starts trying to repeat itself. So Nigeria now played against Cameroon in the semi-finals, in the final of that. So, but if Nigeria should beat Algeria and Cameroon should beat Morocco, it's going to be Nigeria playing against the Cameroon in the semi-finals too. So there's similarities between this AFCON and the AFCON of 1988 too. So there's a lot of things actually what's in there. So that is actually what that's on this game. So kudos to the Cameroon, FA, paying the bonus and everything. At least there's no CBN delaying the bonus. Another feature actually what we want to actually what talk about it's been actually what it's been Mali. It's been Mali, you know. They also, the Malians are also looking for everything to also motivate their players towards the game. I don't think Senegal needs any motivation, but out of the four quarterfinal games, I think this is the one that you can say, cool, there's one clear favorite. I don't think you can call the Ivory Coast against Egypt as going to be one clear favorite. I don't think so. I think Egypt have the capacity to attack Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast also have some decent talents too to attack Egypt. So the quarterfinal games is actually what fairly balanced. Is this one that you might, even if Mali should beat Senegal in that quarterfinal, I will say it's an upset. Mm, but it's not a major upset. It's not an upset, but not a major upset. So let's see, exactly how it pans out. But kudos to Mali, kudos to Senegal. They are doing everything to make sure that the players actually were motivated just before this game. So so that is that. So there's been, after the bonus round in Nigeria, there have been like some controversial statements too, people coming out. For me, I rather focus on the positive parts, not the negative parts, because this team is on the verge of, like, 3 more wins for this team will give them the trophy. 3 more wins. They won 4 games already. 3 more wins. They're going to win the AFCON. So it's like they are more than halfway there. So anything that is negative, we don't want to focus on that. So that's the reason why I didn't really hammer on like punish Osimhen and things like that. But let's finish this thing first, and we can come back to that. So I'm not gonna hammer on anything. That's the reason why, when some people are about to talk about it, and I was trying to balance the whole thing. But one man that's been talking about all these things is Garagumbi. Garagumbi is the former Gobe State FA chairman. I don't know, maybe they operate his social media for him, but I don't want to mention the words he used, but he used some words here that it seems to be very bad, in his post. I don't want to read that, but if you look at the last statement is so bad. That's what I'm talking about. This same person wants to be the NFF president. So so if it could come out and type all these things on social media and say these things to I know, cool, you can pause and read it yourself. I don't want to go into this. There's some words you use there are not really appropriate. So for me, I just think that we should be careful with the words we use. We should be careful with our leadership recruitment. It's very important. So I'm not really happy with this. He mentioned some things that are 60% local players. Who are the local? Which country is in this AFCON that had 60% local players? 60% local players. Which station is this AFCON? That is the final 8 that they have 60% local players. 60% local players, and others. No. He said no. This thing. He said all other teams have 60% local players when you have 60% home based players. Those are that. That's why I don't want to believe. But this person is coming out with it's really, really uncalled for. And if you want to come out, you have to come out with clean character too. Sorry guys. So he's the person that is his team in Nigeria won 67-0. So sometimes too, when you want to come out, if you want to be a moral police, you must come out and you must also have clean hands too, because his team won 67-0. No, his team lost. I think his team lost 67-0. They lost 67-0. How did they score those goals? So he's someone that I don't think he has come out to clarify any of this. So we just need to, we need to be able to do better. I'm not trying to assassinate his character, but it's just someone that also had issues in the past. So, come out and actually will be clean sometimes. So, but that is that on AFCON actually what the 17. Let's go be the preview of the quarterfinal game and our predictions too. Maybe probably what later today. I will try and see if I can get my team to do a live stream, before that game. So, and on Friday too, let's go be what Friday night football. It might be slightly different on Friday, but let's go be Friday night football too, for us to actually for us to watch. So there's going to be a lot of topics to discuss. There'll be transfers taking place. There's been a Nigerian player, former Nigerian 20 player. He just joined Liverpool. There's been like a Chibuke Nwawu to Trabzonspor in Turkey, which I think that is not really a great move. I prefer Club Brugge. So we'll talk about those moves on Friday Night Football Club. So, but this one is just focused on only AFCON Daily Show. So guys, that is that on day 17. So 8 teams prepare for their final 8 clash. So tell me, what do you think we be the semi-finals? Will Nigeria be there? Time will tell. I remain your host, Smidlai. God bless you as you listen to me. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless Africa. Thank you. God bless.
Dance football. For the love of the game.